the combination with ratings go to die. Group 1 at Circuit De La Sarthe. But maybe not this time because there's a curated list of Group C cars to choose from. So it's not like normal Group 1 where it's VGT cars, modern hypercars, and yeah, just a mess and chaos. So maybe there'll be a little bit less chaos. You have to find out. But anyway, trying to choose between, well, which one to use. Generally this Nissan is the strongest car, but I think I'll go with the Porsche in this case. Yeah. And to my surprise, it's raining. So yeah, Group C in the rain. That should go excellently. But anyway, making sure to get onto the right tires, going with the wets. I think that would be the better choice. You know, I've been one of those who hasn't gotten the right tires. Basically forgotten to change their tires. But anyway, coming down to the first corner, and already some people have been taken out. Mercedes going off. You gain 3 positions just like that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Anyway, getting through, picking up a penalty through there though. Not the best. Anyway, coming around here, going around the outside of the Jag. We get through, a little bit of contact, which sends him off. Now, I don't think that was my fault, but you know, could be wrong. Anyway, coming onto the straight, Mazda going super duper wide through there, and we get a run on, what's that, Nissan? Yeah, the Nissan. But yeah, now you'll see why Nissan tends to be the meta. I'm literally in the slipstream with the Nissan, but he's still pulling away. Like, how is he doing that? Like, damn. But in this case, it doesn't matter as we come to the end of the straight where yeah, he goes off, and well, I almost follow him going off there. But yeah, we get past the Nissan and we're up into third, and now behind a 787, and now skipping to a notch. We were looking for a move on the Mazda, not quite getting it done there, and well, now obviously wouldn't matter because but the penalty to serve. Nice. There's the Mazda, walks away. But now coming to the 4 chicanes where we have caught up to the Mazda, going through there quite slowly, and then he decides to go straight, and we get the move up into second. Now another surprise in this race, obviously, as you can see, it's getting dark. So yeah, we had a full day and night rotation with the rain. So yeah, they're really utilizing their day and night weather physics stuff, I guess. Yeah, and it's really nice to see. Do more, please. Anyway, moving on to the next day. Well, the next day in game, because by the time is obviously sped up. So to the end of lap 5 where, well yeah, you need to pit at least once, but you don't need to change tires or anything. Just need to make sure you do a pit. So anyway, we're coming now. Problem is, I don't know if I should go for the mediums or stay on the wet, so we go for the intermediates. Like some parts of the track is a bit drier than others. I don't know. Well, I didn't make a choice, didn't I? Going for the mediums. Hopefully I won't mess it up. Hopefully the track is dry enough for the mediums. I'm going to waste a bit of time actually changing tires. So let's see what happens as we come out on the wet track, making sure not to spin out here and get 3-second penalty for nothing, because that's extremely easy to do. And so far, well, the track is still a bit too wet, I think. Although, surprisingly, this car did have some pretty decent grip. Like, it wasn't as uncontrollable as I thought it would be, especially after seeing the rain. So yeah, getting through. And yeah, good enough grip on the dry part. And now coming down to the end of the straight where the Spaniard has caught up quite a bit, and I proceed to overcook it, going off again. And that just allows the Mazda to get through. Quite annoying actually, after spinning like the whole race in second pretty much. But yeah, I think it was probably best that I didn't change tires and just went straight out. Because as you can see by the moisture or meter or whatever it's called, inters or even the widths will probably be a bit better. Well, actually looking at this part, this is actually dry enough it looks. So maybe it's not all bad. Maybe I can actually catch up to him. Well, I guess I'll go off into the wet bits and go sliding into the sand or something. So yeah, fast forwarding through the Porsche curves, not spinning out, kinda catching slowly, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna be enough. Getting right up behind, but yeah, and finishing in third. Yeah, and a problem with having all of this, especially in lower lobbies, is look at all the DNFs. I don't think people are ready for this. Like, yeah. Let's move on to the next race. And as you can see, the rain is back in full force. And again, going for the wet tires, just because. Yeah, and starting in 12th. So, we were further towards the back. Now, the last race actually went pretty okay, although, well, they had so many DNFs. Let's see if this one will be the same. Anyway, coming through to this place. Actually, I forgot what this place is called. Anyway, getting through there, no carnage, no one going off up ahead, surprisingly. So yeah, pretty okay start, although they are putting it slightly. But we will catch up in the straights. And look at that, well, before the straights actually, right behind this Mercedes. Looking for a move, well, no move there. But yeah, as you can see, the rain is really coming down. And the track is starting to get quite wet. Anyway, side by side with the Nissan. As you can see, actually staying side by side with him while in the slipstream, trying to push him out of the slipstream. As we just get, as we sandwich past the other Nissan, getting up into 11th, and now as you can see a straight line speed of the Nissan, obviously showing a strength. Anyway, I'm still in the slipstream of the other cars, catching up again. Getting a little bit touchy there, it's getting quite tight actually. We'll see what's going to happen coming to the end of the straight now. Where it's bound to go down. But let's see. As we're coming up, braking, and yeah, decide to take the white line. And not crash into anyone. As you can see, the other people got absolutely vaporized into non-existence. But we did not, thankfully, and we get through, and we actually gained some positions through here, getting up into 8th. So, yeah, not not too bad. But now coming down to the Ford chicane with a bunch of Nissans in front, and as the two kind of knock doors, we get past, well, almost get past the one. Do we get past the one? Yes, we do get past the one. And there's 7th place in the bag as we start lap 2. So yeah, coming up to level. Okay. Well, the connection cars decide to give me another place. Look at that. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, position is a position, I guess. So yeah, into the night we go. And to the straights where this person in front, I don't know what he's for. Well, maybe he saw like a deer in the headlights or something, but whatever it was, it allowed us to get up into 5th. Still kind of good. But anyway, coming down to the braking point, where do we brake in time? We kind of missed it a bit, but well, don't miss it as much as that person did. And there's someone else who's facing the wrong way, and who's in the Shadow Realm, which means we're up into 3rd. Very nice. And now moving on to Azure, where 1st and 2nd place both have penalties and about to serve them. which means we can take the lead. Here goes the person that was in first, and here comes the person that was in second. Now coming up to turn 6, he's still kind of there side by side. Coming into turn 6 now, he goes quite deep, and well, that's a break. And that allows us to get up into first. Very nice again, although I don't know why it's flashing me, I don't know what I did. Anyway, coming down to the end of the straight, where, well, yeah, completely missed my braking point. And that allows the Frenchman to get the pole position. Plus, I've also collected one of these penalties. So yeah, it may allow them to pull ahead a bit. I mean, what, it's almost 2 seconds ahead already. Damn. But now anyway, coming to the end of lap 4, well now, they did put the previous lap, so that's why I back up in first. Yeah, but now I do change to the inters, which, well, in retrospect, I think was just a waste of time really. Probably should have just stayed on the wits and finished on that. But what's done is done. Anyway, coming out in the sunrise in 7th place, and well, oof, proceeding to go straight off the track. I think I was a bit distracted by the obvious sunrise. But anyway, coming to the end of lap 5, where the top 3 go into pit, but the other 2 don't. Well, actually the top 4, let's walk in there. But yeah, the other 2 don't. So which means potentially we're probably not going to catch up to them in time. And to the end of, well, to the end of the final lap, where I do catch up with them, not quite enough obviously. Which means, well actually it means being second, because the person in first place did not pit, so he gets a whole minute penalty. As you can see, a bunch of DNFs again. Not as badly as the first lap, but yeah. To the next race. And to the next race we go, starting second to last. And as you can see, there's no rain. That's kind of the thing with Gran Turismo's weather system, is that even though the rain is scripted to come in, there's still a bit of randomness in it. So like, not every single race you're gonna be getting rain, or as much rain or whatever. But anyway, still in 14, there's someone is cutting some grass. Behind the Mercedes, you see the Mazda, they're going quite wide, and well, in action to try and avoid the Mazda. The Mercedes goes off, and the Mazda proceeds to do the same thing. But anyway, that means we're up into 11th, but we are far away from the slipstream, which means, well, which will allow them to basically increase the gap ahead. And while I say all that, as we come into Indianapolis, here, well, bunch of people in the shadow realm, and we catch right back up to them. We're looking on the inside of the German, and as the other Nissan turns, or continues to turn right, and we get 2 positions. Really nice, and also back up into the slipstream of everyone else. Now catching up to the Mercedes up ahead. It'll be quite difficult to get an overtake through here, so I'll try to play it a bit safe. Well, Mercedes isn't playing it safe, pushes the Nissan off there, and he loses a few positions. So yeah, now we're up into 8. As the Mercedes, well, both of them go kind of wide, get the move on the Mercedes, and now we'll right up behind the Nissan, going a bit touchy there, going a bit defensive, coming through, getting the 8 from behind, and coming through the 4 disses, or 4 chicane, where someone else continues to turn right on the straight. But anyway, don't matter, because we are up into 5th. And also forgot to mention that someone went to a pit as well. But anyway, coming into the S's. Yes, and this thing gets a bit loose on the exit there, which just allows us to get through and up into fourth. But now moving on forward to the end of the straight, where caught up a bit with the other Porsche, the person that was in third. Coming through the braking point, he brakes a bit earlier. Do we make the corner? Go quite deep. That allows him to come, well, would have allowed him to go upside. Well, actually it does, even though he does mess up a bit. They still end up like side by side. But now cutting to a notch where, well, we catch up with the person that was in second. Does have a penalty, but well, doesn't really matter because we still get up into third. But now to the fourth chicanes where, well, the person in second kinda rides over the sausage a bit too much and it throws him off the track. Oh, and he got a penalty with that too. Very unfortunate, I guess. But anyway, to lap 5 where I've already pitted and, well, little time lapse of the sunrise. But anyway, to the end of lap 5 where the person in first is in the pit lane, which, well, allows us to take the lead the first time, but not the first time. Well, allows us to take the lead basically into first. And to the end of the last lap where, well, I kinda cut the corner a bit. Okay, a 1 second penalty for that. But luckily, we'll go off there. But anyway, luckily I'm decent way ahead, so it doesn't really matter. And we get a win! So yeah, good way to end the video. So thanks for watching.